Hello you guys and welcome. I'm so excited for today's video. This is my first Christmas DIY video of the season. It's time. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 Dollar Tree wood crate DIYs. So one of them isn't technically a wood crate, but it's a wood item from Dollar Tree. So I just put it in that category with the other ones. If you guys are new to my channel, I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. If you like Christmas DIYs, I have a whole playlist from like the past 3 years of Christmas DIYs, most of them being Dollar Tree items. So don't forget to check out that as well, and let's get into this. All right, for this first one, you're gonna need 3 of these little trays. I just recently got these, so I don't know if they have other styles, but it really doesn't matter what you use. You're gonna need 3 of them, and right now I'm painting them. I thought this color was more of a white, but it's kind of like a grayish off-white. So I ended up painting them all with this color, and then I went back over with my white chalk paint just to make them brighter. Now I'm taking 2 of the bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree. These are for like kebabs, I think. They're really long, and I'm just cutting them off. I didn't really measure. I'm just cutting them, and then once I get them all glued on, I can cut them if I need to. So you're gonna need 4 of them, and then I'm sanding them down on the edges so that they're not rough. Now, once you get those all sanded, I'm going to just take some Dollar Tree paint, black paint, and I'm going to paint them black. Now, you could do whatever colors you want. I like black and white in my kitchen because that's kind of the colors I've been going with. So it is totally up to you. So once you get those all painted and everything's dry, you're going to start gluing the skewers onto the trays. So this is going to be the bottom of the tray. So you're going to take all 4 of the little skewers and you are going to glue them to the sides of the tray, and then we will attach the other ones. Now you can take that second tray and just kind of slide it in, and I was just kind of eyeballing it to see where I wanted it to be, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue that on as well. And then once I got the second one on, I did want to measure for the third one. I wanted it to be the same amount of distance in between the two, so I did measure the third one, and you're just going to do the same exact thing for that top one as well. And now that it's all glued, you can see that those top pieces kind of stick out pretty far. Now you could leave them if you like that look. I wanted to just cut mine off. So I'm taking some wire cutters and just cutting those off and then sanding them. And then I'm going to take my paint and touch up any black and white spots that may have gotten messed up while I was gluing them together. Now I'm going to be measuring the size of the tray bottom because we are going to be lining it with this buffalo plaid contact paper. What is this? It's like vinyl. Yeah, it's vinyl. I picked this up from Dollar Tree. They recently got a bunch of new Cricut supplies and I am here for it. So I'm just measuring this out. I need 3 of these and they're going to go in the bottom of the trays. Now I am actually going to head on over to my Cricut and we're going to make some lettering for these. You could absolutely paint them by hand. You could find stickers, but since I have my Cricut, I'm going to use that. So first what I'm going to do is use a template. I like to always make a template so that I can see what I'm working with. So I'm making this template the size of the little tray. And once I get that, I always like to change the color to whatever color I'm working with, just so I can get a visual. And then I'm going to go into the text area, and this part always takes me the longest. It takes me forever to find a font that I like. So I finally found one, and I'm going to type out coffee, tea, and cocoa. So I'm going to make all three just to put on the trays. So once you get these all typed out, you want to put it in your template and just kind of space it out. I always unlock the little size measurement thing up there so that I can kind of make it wider or taller, however I want it to fit into my little template. So once you get that all finished, I'm going to send that on over to my Cricut and have it do its thing. Now I'm going to be using that same buffalo plaid vinyl, and I've never used this vinyl with my Cricut before, so I am curious to see how that works. Now the vinyl seems to be decent quality. It did bunch up a little bit on my little Cricut needle thing. What are those things called? Cricut needle? It did bunch up a little, but not like horrible. I was able to kind of lay it back down. It didn't tear anything, which was good. So now I'm just going to start weeding everything, and then I'm going to attach these to the little trays. And what I just use packing tape from Dollar Tree. This seems to work so well. I know people have used the clear contact paper. That doesn't seem to be like sticky enough for me, so I just use the packing tape. It's easy. And so I am just going to attach these all to the tray, and then we will decorate it. And this is how it turned out. I think it looks so cute. So I just put my coffee, tea, and hot cocoa in here, and I just think it's such a cute little touch for your coffee bar. Up next, we are going to be taking two more of these little crates. Now, these are previously used. I already have it stained this like light brown wood color, and I actually really enjoy this color. So I'm going to leave it. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to glue them right on top of each other. I thought about taking that top one, the bottom part out, but for what I'm going to use it for, it can stay. So I just wanted to have these glued together, and then now I'm going to head back over to my Cricut, and we're going to type out I'm going to search for Christmas tree farm because I found something on Google that I really liked, and I wanted to find something similar, and they actually had one already that was absolutely perfect. So I'm going to be using this Christmas tree farm, and I'm just going to add that to my canvas, and then like always, I'm going to go in and create a little template that is the size of the crates so that I know how big this needs to be. So I'm going to make that template and of course change it to the brown color just so I can get a visual. And then I am going to adjust the little trees to fit into this little template, and then we will get to making it. Now, I am kind of skimming over the Cricut stuff pretty fast because I do realize not everyone has a Cricut, so I didn't want to get too much into detail. If you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. I have some other more detailed videos that I've done with my Cricut, so if you guys do have any questions, please let me know. So now I'm just weeding that, and then we will attach it to the little crate. Again, I'm using my packing tape from Dollar Tree, and I will say, you guys, this one was a little tricky to get onto the crate. I don't know if it was the wood that I was working with or this vinyl. This vinyl is kind of cheap. It's not like a permanent vinyl or anything, so it wasn't sticking very well to the crate, so it did give me some trouble. It looks like it was a lot easier than it was on the video because I cut out all the really, tricky parts, but this did take me some time to get it attached. But that's okay. If you have some patience and some time, you can do it. This one turned out so cute. I ended up just putting some flowers in there. I may, once I get my Christmas decor out, I may find some cute little Christmassy items to put in there as well. But this one was super easy and super duper cute. All right, for this next one, we are going to be making a cute little Merry Christmas sign. So this first part I'm going to be using, this is from Dollar Tree. I've never seen these before. I thought this was so cool, but I don't want those little shelves in there. So I'm taking my wire cutters and I'm just going to cut those little pieces out. And they did cut out very nicely because it's like a, I don't know what that material is, but it's very easy to work with, luckily. And I'm going to take my sandpaper and just kind of sand the edges. Now, they're not going to be perfect. You can kind of see where those little shelves were, but that's okay. I don't think it's that noticeable. So I'm going to take my white chalk paint and paint this little guy white. And then we are going to take this cute little ornament that I found from Dollar Tree, and we are going to attach it into the top of it. So first what I'm doing is just taking this little screwdriver and very, very carefully I'm trying to make a hole. So my goal is to take the ornament, it's got twine on the top, so I want to take the twine and stick it up through the top and then tie it through the hole. So just very carefully, because this wood, like I said, it's pretty fragile, so I didn't want to break it. So I'm just kind of taking a little screwdriver and making a hole. And now this is the little ornament. I thought this guy was so cute. So I'm just going to untie the twine and then, oh, yep, here comes Charlie's paw. He was helping me. So untie the little knot and then I'm going to stick it up through the little hole and then tie it. This one was quite simple, but I think it turned out really cute and I think I love it. All right, guys, stick with me for this one. I did not know what I was doing with this. I had one last little crate that I wanted to use and I didn't know what to do, and I decided to make a red truck. So going back over to my Cricut because I don't want to draw it myself. You absolutely could, but since I have my Cricut, I'm going to use it. So I went into images and typed Christmas red truck, and this middle one was perfect because it was quite simple. It didn't have too many details, so I'm going to go ahead and use that middle top one and add that to my canvas. And now I wanted to just cut it out of poster board, so I don't need all these different colors. So what I'm doing is making it the size. So what I did was I took the little crate and I measured, because we're going to use the crate for the back part. So that's how I decided how big I needed it to be. So what I'm doing is I highlighted the whole truck and then I hit contour, or not contour, I hit weld, I believe, and that makes it all one color. Now I'm going into contour because I want to get rid of those bows and the stuff in the trunk because I don't need that. So what you do is you just click on all those pieces, and then once you exit out of there, they are gone. So I love that little feature on the Cricut. So now I'm going to actually need two of these because we're going to need one for each side. So I'm going to create two, and then I'm going to send those over to my Cricut and cut them out. And like I said, I'm using poster board, so I'm going to use the option for poster board and then get that all cut out. I had already kind of started messing with this thing before I started recording. I didn't really know what I was going to do because I need them all separate, but I didn't know how to keep them together. So I'm going to weed it. There are some pieces that need to come out. So I'm just going to kind of start removing the pieces I don't want, and then we will get to kind of attaching it. So what I ended up doing is just taking some tape in some places and kind of attaching it, and then I had to remove the tape later on to paint it. It was kind of a big process, but it ends up turning out so cute. So just stick with me, you guys. Now I decided I didn't want the back part because that's what is going to be, the crate is going to be the trunk, or the truck bed, I should say. So what I did was I cut that part off, but I do want to use this little piece right above the tire because I just think that that would give it a little extra added touch. So I'm going to glue this and actually attach this to the crate and then remove the wheel, and I'm going to attach the other side as well, and then we are going to get to painting. So I'm just going to paint this whole entire crate red, and then I'm also going to paint the truck red as well. So originally I was going to keep the windshield in there, like the windshield and the light, and I was going to paint those like a silver color, but just stay tuned and you'll see what I end up doing with those instead. Now I'm going to take those tires and paint those all black. So you want to have both sides painted just so that you won't see any white if you turn it around or whatnot. So now once everything is dried, we're going to start attaching everything. So I'm just going to attach the front of the truck to the crate and then flip it over and do the same thing with the other side. Now, I didn't know what I was going to do for that big open space. So I'm going to take some cardstock and I'm kind of measuring how big that is in between the two sides of the truck. And we're just going to kind of fill it on in. So I'm going to take this and just kind of start gluing it all together and just make it the shape of the truck, the front, and just make it like a complete truck. And then of course I'm going to take that same red paint and paint the whole thing red. And then I decided, since the windows and everything are out, we are going to put lights inside of it, of course, because I love lights. So I am taking some tissue paper right now and I'm tracing out the size that I need to stick in there so that you won't see the lights through the truck window. So I'm going to cut these out and then glue them in there, and then you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. I'm going to attach the tires, and on the back it's totally fine. You can glue those on, but the front there's really nothing to attach them to. So I ended up just taking some tape and taping them in there, and we're going to reinforce it later and I will show you how we do that. So just get all those tires attached and then we're going to add some lights. Now the lights that I have, they're little Santa lights. I tried to get the little Santa pieces off, but I couldn't get them. So I kind of just tied them up and just stuck them in there, and I glued the little battery pack in there. You want it up so that it's not hanging down when you turn the truck over, so you can use any lights you want. And now that is how it looks. So you can see the tissue paper is like covering the lights and everything. Now I'm taking this little piece of cardboard and I'm just sticking that in the back, and I'm going to add a Christmas tree. I wish I had a couple Christmas trees, but I only had the one. So now I'm taking some pipe cleaners, and these are Christmas ones left over from last year, and I'm going to make a little wreath for the front of the truck. So I just wrapped the green one around in a circle, and then the red one I'm kind of making it look like a bow, and then I'm just going to glue those all together and glue that on the front of the truck. I ended up taking a little extra piece of that bamboo skewer, and I'm going to attach it to the wheels at the bottom to kind of reinforce it so that the wheels don't bend in when you set it up. And I think this turned out so cute. I had no idea what I was doing, and thanks to my Cricut and a little wood crate, I think this little guy turned out so cute, and I love the lights. All right, for this next one, we're going to be making a little lantern crate decor. I had these two little crates left over from another project, and I'm just going to keep them white. I like the white. You can paint them whatever color you want, but I'm just going to keep them like this. And then I'm going to be taking the red and black buffalo plaid vinyl. This is from Dollar Tree as well. These are some awesome finds that I found one day. Last month, I think. So I just grabbed quite a few of them, and these are perfect for Christmas. So now I'm just measuring out the crate, and I'm going to put these in the bottom, just like I did the trays. And then we're going to make a little decor piece. Now I'm taking these two little cute lanterns. I think I picked these up at Michael's one year after Christmas, and I didn't know what to do with them, and I'm just going to put these right inside the little crates, and I think these look so cute. Of course, I added a couple little lights around it, and you could like stick lights in there. Just to stay, but I just put these up just to show you guys, and I think these turned out so cute. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite, and we will see you all in my next video. Bye.